Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking my channel. My name is Ciara LaShawn and I'm here with my toddler on the breast, so if you hear anything, just know that that's Avia. Today I wanted to film a video about baby latching because I have heard a lot of women. Avia has advice about that. What is your advice? What do you have to say? You're not gonna say anything? Say hi. Mama, you want boopy? I am answering the question about why your baby is not latching. They're fighting the nipple. You probably just had a baby. This is like a very common practice for newborns. And you're like, why is my baby refusing the nipple? Why is my baby refusing the breast? And if anybody can talk about this or anybody have experience with this, it's certainly me, because Avia did not breastfeed until she was 3 months. Those of you who've seen my videos, you know me. This channel is for women who want to breastfeed, okay? So this channel and this specific video is for women who have a desire to breastfeed. I say that because sometimes when we have these conversations about breastfeeding, women who feed in other ways, like formula feeding, sometimes feel offended, and I don't want to offend anyone. I'm assuming the people who are watching this are the people who desire for their child to take the nipple and to take the breast. I will freely say that your dreams can very likely happen, because I remember Avia refusing the breast very early for months, okay y'all, and it really tore me up. I would cry about it. I would be upset about it. My feelings were hurt, but you know, I moved forward from it and decided, you know what, I'm just gonna pump. I'm going to pump because I didn't want her to be on formula. I wanted to give her the best that I could, which would be my breast milk, and I decided to pump, and I pumped very frequently. Now, this is not a pumping video, so for those of you who are like, oh, she's telling me I can't breastfeed, I don't want to breastfeed, I want to pump. Well, breastfeeding is pumping, but you're like, I want my child at the breast. I get it, and I'm gonna get to that. But what I will say is one, I want to encourage you that yes, your child may very well one day breastfeed, okay? Just because they're not latching right now or they're refusing the breast right now, there can be several reasons for that. I really believe, it hasn't been confirmed, I mean, she can't talk, but I really believe the reason why Avia wasn't taking the breast, as crazy as it sounds, is because my boobs were intimidating. I feel like they were just too big. They were like bigger than her face, and so she's like, whoa, I don't know. She was premature, so she was 4 pounds when she was born, so she was really tiny, and then my breast is probably 4 pounds as well, so she was like, what is this? I don't know what it was, but she just was not feeling it. She would cry as well. She would hit me. She didn't want, and I thought I was gonna traumatize her. So I would also tell you, if your child's not breastfeeding, you don't have to force it, because you don't want them to hate your breast either. Try it often, but you don't have to force it a whole lot, right? There's a difference between trying and forcing. So offer, but don't force. I really want you to know that there is still hope, and there are so many resources out there, and I'm going to share resources. Besides my channel, there's so many resources that I really want you to look at, because this is what kept me going. There's so much that goes into breastfeeding mentally that I think that I give a lot of practical tips on my channel, right? But I often stress the importance of really just believing and staying encouraged that this can happen, because you can do all the practical tips, but most women don't quit breastfeeding because nothing works. They're quitting breastfeeding because they don't have hope, right? They lost hope and they don't know what's really possible. They're a lot of times misinformed. Here's the thing, Avia might have been afraid of the boob. It could have been a number of things, but she did eventually breastfeed at 3 months. My top tip for you would be to continue pumping. Pumping is such an important part of the puzzle, because one, your baby's still getting breast milk, okay? Just because your baby isn't latching, and I've seen this too, and it's kind of crazy to me, because some people, their baby won't latch, so they're like, oh, I gotta use formula, No, you can still pump. Now, if you decide to formula feed again, that's your decision, but if you are somebody who really wants to feed your baby breast milk, pump. If the baby's not latching, that pump will, okay? That pump doesn't discriminate. So put that pump on you and you can pump your milk. And here's the thing, it does two very, 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 very important things for you and your journey of breastfeeding. One, it gives your baby breast milk, so your baby has the very best of the very best. Two, it gets your breast stimulated to continue producing milk, okay? Because if I would have stopped pumping when Avia wasn't latching and said, forget this, I'm not gonna stress myself out, I'm just gonna do formula feeding, then we wouldn't have had the opportunity to breastfeed 3 months later, because guess what? My milk would have probably been gone by then because I wouldn't have been pumping. So good thing I kept pumping, because when the day came when she wanted to actually breastfeed, I had the milk, you know? I had the milk because I was pumping all throughout that time. So keep pumping. That's such an important tip, because as you continue to pump, when the baby does eventually decide to come to your breast, you have the supply, and you know, your milk is consistent, it's ready, it's all, your breast milk is actually already trained to meet their needs because you've been pumping up to what their needs would be. Number 2 tip, okay, is I would suggest, outside of speaking to a lactation consultant who can determine if your baby has a tongue tie or if there's any other reasons for a bad latch, right? Those are all medical reasons, medical things that I can't give advice on. Okay, so I would suggest you also do that if you are able to. I know that not all health insurance covers lactation consultants. I don't know if anyone does actually, but another very practical tip to get your child back on the breast, and what Avia and I did was, and this is gonna sound real crazy to y'all, but I promise it works. Skin to skin, skin to skin, skin to skin. I don't mean any type of skin to skin though, because I know you're like, oh, that's cliche, whatever. I mean bathtub skin to skin. I said it, and I'm so honest, I'm so telling you all the truth. With Avia, my mother-in-law, she told me, she said that I needed to start taking baths with Avia. My mom thought it was crazy. My mom was like, don't take baths with her, like that's crazy, she's gonna grow up to be crazy taking baths with her mom, that's weird. I listened to my mother-in-law and I began to take baths with her. Now she's a newborn, she's so tiny and so cute, and I'm laying her on my chest, we're getting all the skin to skin on. I kid you not, she started moving her way to my breast every once in a while. It's like she got used to them, she wasn't scared of them anymore, right? If she ever was scared of them, she wasn't scared of them anymore. And so I highly, and I credit this to my breastfeeding journey, I really do, like nothing else besides continuing my milk supply through pumping. My biggest tip, not just any skin to skin, bath time skin to skin, run you some water, sit in the tub if you have a tub, and lay that baby on your stomach or your chest right in the bathtub. And they might not take the boot the first time, right? They might not take it the second time. It's a process, right? But eventually they start to take it and they find comfort, right? They find that comfort, that intimate time. Keep the door closed again. In the bathroom, you want to have the door closed because it keeps that heat in, right? So it's nice and warm and steamy, and it was the best thing ever for us. And I remember, like, she would make her way to the boob in the tub, and I'm like, oh my god, Dante, come see her, she's at the boob. I was screaming because I would get so excited because she would be breastfeeding. That skin to skin in the tub is something different. I think, you know, I forgot what my mother-in-law said about it, but it's something about like being in the water, and it's like almost like reminding them of being in you, and it's warm and they just find comfort, and it's not scary, it's not intimidating, they find comfort. And so that would be my suggestion to you. Baby isn't latching, try that. Let me know down in the comments below if that works for you, because I swear by that worked for us. I really swear by that. If you have any other suggestions, please put them down in the comments below. Let's help each other out, help other moms out. Let me know if these tips worked for you. Don't forget to follow my channel so that you stay connected, or subscribe to my channel so that you stay connected to any future videos that I'm uploading about breastfeeding. Send any questions to me as well. You can send them to me on Instagram at Ciara LaShawn, or you can comment them down below. Send me any questions you have, and I wanted to, because I need content, obviously. I want to answer your questions. So let me know what you're wondering about breastfeeding, and I'll be sure to try to answer those questions speedily and also use those questions as content for my videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.